Welcome to the very first live episode of Patiently Speaking. I'm Lee, Hannah's mom,
I'm
and
Hannah.
tonight you're about to hear a story that will stay with you long after this broadcast ends. At just 13 years old, Hannah's body turned against her. One moment, she was a kid. The next, she was fighting for her life as her lungs filled with blood and her heart was shoved to the wrong side of her chest. Doctors had only one option: ECMO. Cannulas as thick as garden hoses were cut into her arteries, tying her to a machine that took over her heart and lungs. Most patients are kept under, but not Hannah. She stayed fully awake for 100 days, wide eyed, talking, smiling, thanking her nurses while the machines beside her pumped her blood in and out to keep her alive. Tonight, she's going to tell you exactly what that felt like: the sounds, the weight of the tubes, how she was alive but frozen. Every inch of her skin, muscle, bone was ice from the cold blood pumping through her machine. And she'll share the faith and fire that carried her through the kind of storm most of us can't imagine. And stick around until the end because Hannah has written a raw, heartfelt letter the nurses everywhere, to nurses everywhere, the ones who hold the line between life and death, with steady hands and unshakable hearts you don't want to miss next week. Hannah, I totally meant to leave you off screen.
I figured. I figured.
You could have stepped away and been like,
Yeah. Well, I'm
okay,
so happy to finally do the first episode of our podcast.
right,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, me too. I know we have been planning this for a really long time, haven't we?
We have a
Really long
very, very
time.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, we have a few people. Okay, we've got a few people on. Okay, your cousin Redon's on. Hi,
Oh,
Redon.
hi.
Aw. Robert Kramer. Hey there. I know we have more people who said they're coming on. Uh, oh goodness. But Hannah, why don't we start with one of the questions?
Sounds great.
Okay. So the first question that we have for Hannah tonight, it says, Hannah, can you take us back to the day this all started? Like what you remember when you first learned your lungs had filled with blood?
So that is definitely a foggy little bit. Um, they had taken me, so I went into the ER, and then they took me back onto a regular floor. It was before COVID. It was it yeah, it was a floor with pressurized rooms because they didn't know what I had. They didn't know that I was sick, this, and that, and they had to take multiple X-rays every day. And when my parents told me that, you know, I was going to be put on life support and that, well, they didn't tell me I was getting put on life support. They said they were putting me on something to help me stay healthy. Um, it was, I didn't fully understand. And I also felt very calm. I wasn't scared. It was a very,
Are you remembering like when you were in 2807 and when we first went down
I
to,
don't remember any of that.
oh, which time are you
I'm
talking about?
remembering on the floor before they sent me down to the ICU.
Okay, okay, so
But I
then,
do kind of remember some of 2807, but not as
yes,
much as, well,
right.
I really only remember bits and pieces. Just a bunch of nurses and doctors being confused. That's what I remember.
Oh, yeah? When
Yeah.
you down in the ICU?
Yes.
Mm, right.
It yeah. It was it was a lot. It was definitely a new experience because when I had been in the hospital in the past for my gallbladder, it was only for it wasn't in the ICU. The ICU was a very different experience than the rest of the hospital. So I just remember really being confused, and then I remember that you guys talked to me and said that I'm gonna be asleep for a little bit, and
Okay, yes, I remember
that
that.
during that time, it would give my body time to heal and recover. But I didn't know until being awake what was going on.
Until yeah,
Until
after they
after. Yeah.
yeah.
After they
So look
woke me
who's
up.
on. Can you see?
Hi. Yes, Papa and Mary. Mhm.
Oh, and we got, Miss Lisa Horton.
It's nice to see you too. Mhm. It was definitely a big change.
Okay, so we were on a floor that wasn't the ICU, and we go down to the ICU.
Mhm.
We're in that room, and they're having to put a mat, like a BiPAP on you.
Oh,
And you
yes.
yeah, you're remembering that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that part is foggy.
It is,
It
I
was really
really
fast. That part went really fast.
well, wasn't that only a few hours of being in the ICU before they put me on ECMO? Like,
Well, so what happened is we went to the ICU that night. You kept destatting,
mhm,
so they had to put you on the BiPAP. Or just you weren't on there for very long.
yeah,
Later that day,
right.
they intubated you,
Mhm,
and that wasn't stabilizing you.
yeah. But I don't
And when
remember the
that's
intubation. I was
do
asleep.
you do you remember? That's the part I think you're remembering whenever I said, or I don't know if it was me or dad, that we were telling you that you're going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that's before you were intubated.
Mhm.
And then when you were asleep, you, yeah, they couldn't stabilize you on um, when you were intubated. So
On the floor.
then that's when they told me and dad, you know, you have, we basically had two choices
Mhm. Yeah, and I'd rather the other live.
to live. Yeah. Yeah. So, uh, okay. So then you were asleep. They did
Mhm.
have to put you in a medically induced coma
For 2
because,
weeks.
yeah, for about, yes, 2 weeks. And it was, yeah, I think it was about 2 weeks.
It was 10
And
days.
yeah, that's what I was thinking, 10 days. But I think it might have not been, I think it may have been a little bit longer than 10 days. But anyway, let's fast forward a little bit. You woke up and you're on ECMO, but do you remember what it was like when you found out what was going on with your lungs?
So, I remember finding out one day, it was random because they were showing you and dad an X-ray, but dad wanted me to see it, and they were like, "The blood's clearing up right here," like, right he and it was just a very small spot, and then when I heard blood, chest cavity, then it, like, clicked, and that was, like, a good while into being on it.
Mhm.
I don't remember being scared or anything, probably because the medications they were giving me played a part in it, but I was just like, "Okay, this is what's happening." It
Right.
was eh I mean, there's only so many ways a 13-year-old knows how to react to something so big whenever they can't do anything about it, or can't do anything in general.
Well said.
Thank
Right.
you,
Well said.
thank you.
Yes. Okay. So, uh, explain ECMO in your own words. What did it feel like to be hooked up to it while you were fully awake?
So,
Was a two-part question.
okay. So, ECMO, in my own words, is a machine that does the work for your heart and lungs. It cycles like the blood through your arteries, and instead of your chest rising or your heart like beating, it is doing the work of it manually from a machine, and doing all the work for you. It is it's a really really big machine. I mean, I don't know how to explain it size-wise, but it's really big, and then usually they have to put you on dialysis with it if you're on it for a very long time, like I was, 109 days. That was so much fun. Um, and what it felt like being on ECMO is a very, very weird feeling. It feels like you are fine and that your body is working how it should be. But you know how you know how to like cough and you know how to do this, and that? You can't do it manually. You have to have someone else do it for you, which that was a really interesting thing. And I might be getting off topic, but whatever. And so I would have to tell, my nurses and the ECMO nurses, the ECMO RTs, like when to cough my lung, which was this little triangle, a diamond shaped box, and it was white, and it would collect water in it. So you'd have to like tap it to like, it's like a sneeze, if that makes sense. And it trickles
Yeah, and they would tap it to get the water
to,
to come off because it was
mhm,
like condensation where it was
yeah,
building up on the sides, and you
mhm,
could feel it, right?
yeah.
As
It felt like it was like in my lungs,
Mhm.
or like just like something was off. And then I would tell them to turn up my oxygen if I needed more oxygen, which I did a lot.
You would say, "Turn up my flow." That's how you'd
Turn
say
my
it.
flow.
Turn
Yeah.
up my flow because it would not sure I quite understand all that today anyway, but you learned really quick how to
Oh, I
tell
did.
them how to do the ECMO machine.
I did. I told them I didn't do their job, not even close, but I did tell them what I needed, and that is a big part of their job. That's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, because they have someone in her room, so anytime anyone's on ECMO, there has to be an ECMO tech or a nurse sitting at the machine 24/7.
Mhm.
If the tech or the nurse, whoever's sitting in that seat, if they need to use the restroom, they need to have someone that's trained to come in
And
and relieve them. They cannot look, well, they can look away from the machine, but because there's like a monitor that it's like it's constantly showing measurements, and I mean this screen, I shoot, we probably should have got some pictures of like a
yeah,
ECMO screen. It's intense.
it's like
They tried to explain it to me quite a few times, and I was just lost. I'm like, okay, there's numbers on here and colors on here and different graphs, and and it's all changing all at once. So
mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
Or are you gonna say, Hannah?
Um, so also the biggest, different feelings of ECMO, very emotional because of all the medications they had me on, and what I feel the most physically was the medications. And one thing, ECMO was so cold. It was so cold. I would have like 8 blankets on top of me, and it would not do anything. It wouldn't do anything to help with my warmth. It's and obviously further along the line we figured out why. It was because my blood was cold. And it wasn't like cold like where it's like a bad cold for your body. It was, in a way, it was a very hard, that was a whole difficult situation because my parents had to fight to get the doctor's orders, and they didn't know in the beginning of my, you know, my medical history, that you needed doctor's orders to do anything, and that is a tip. You need doctor's orders.
Pro tip, right?
Pro tip, yeah, exactly. Learn from the, yeah,
The professionals,
yeah.
professional patients.
Um, it was really cold, and I don't know if you guys know what a bear hugger is. It's this little, it's a tube and it's connected to this thing. It pumps out hot air. They use it when people are having surgeries or who are in the ICU for a very long time and who are very cold, like I was. So they would put that underneath the blankets, and that did help, especially during bath time. Wipe down really is what it was. Um, that really did help then, but I couldn't really get much relief. And my aunt, she even crocheted me these hand warmers that were gloveless, like fingerless, and I was so cold that I would not take my hands from out under the covers. I would not. I refused. So I was getting behind on my OT because I
Mhm.
wanted to do these things and I couldn't do them because I was so cold. I was like, but really, I couldn't really move my hands that much. But like what I'm doing now, could not do on ECMO. No, it was very cramped. I mean, you're in a twin bed, like with, and it's just like this, and then plus with all the tubes and the IVs and all the PIC lines like that, it got to a lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have quite a few people on, and I believe everyone on the call right now actually walked through, or on the show, I guess, not a call,
It feels kind of
walked
like that.
through the time with us when you were on ECMO.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to tell us, what was it like from your perspective? Uh, us, Hannah being on ECMO, and then her dad and I. What was it like for you guys? You can just chat
In the chat.
in
In
the
the chat.
comment
Chat in
section.
the chat. Mhm.
So we were gonna go live on YouTube, but we had a little technical difficulty. But
Mhm.
so most of our audience will be on Facebook tonight,
Yeah. So
which
from
is
now
great.
on, we will also have YouTube with it. We
Yeah.
just had a little technical difficulty, just a little.
Oh yeah. And ooh, why don't we tell them what you're doing this Friday?
Oh,
I'm gonna
yes. Oh, uh, this Friday, I am performing my own set. I am an opener at the Levitt Pavilion in Arlington, Texas. I am so, so excited because it's also like it's going to be Beatles night. It's a free concert, so come if you want to see me.
yeah,
If
you
you want
guys
to
are
see
welcome to
me,
come.
Also, I'm going to be singing 2 songs because I have a 10-minute set. Uh, and I'm going to be singing Love Story by Taylor Swift, and Rolling in the Deep by Adele. I've known these songs for a long time. But I have been practicing all the time. Oh my gosh, you're from the UK, Miss Sherry? That's so cool.
No.
Um, but
Nice.
yeah, but I'm very grateful for this opportunity I have. Um, I'm just ecstatic. It's at 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m. this Thursday. That's when it starts. Um, it's going to be fun. I know Paul and Mary have something else came up
Mhm,
that Dad has to go to. So
mhm.
yeah, that's okay. You guys
Those
make
my friends.
everything. It's
Mhm.
understandable.
Yeah, you guys make everything else. Yeah.
It's Friday. It's
It's a
Friday.
it's a Friday.
It's this Friday, Redon. Yeah, Friday. I guess what we did, Hannah, or some announcement on Facebook, we said that it was Thursday, and then the other one we said it was Friday. And then so yeah, Papa just called right before the show started and he was asking me about it. So we'll
Can he still
correct
go?
that, whatever. Oh, he's Papa and
Yes. Can he
Nana
still
are
go?
gonna go. Yeah. They're coming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, music is a really, really big part of my life. It's one of my hobbies, but also something I want to do um, in the future. In the future, not maybe so much as a career, but performing, like when I get on stage, immediately the person I am when I walk on stage is like a performer. It's like I'm always like, oh, I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous. And then when I'm on there, it's like I wasn't nervous at all. Sorry. But I do love music.
Oh.
It's actually one of the reason Hi, Miss Jerry. One of the reasons why I've been able to do so well in recovery, um, is music.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
Yes.
And hey, everybody, you want to stay on to the end because Hannah has
I have a
written
letter.
a letter, yes, to nurses, and it is a tearjerker, but it's so beautiful, right? Just really expresses how Hannah feels about nurses, and if I keep talking about it,
She's gonna
I'm gonna
start
cry my
crying.
makeup off because my eyes are watering because she read it to me before the show.
Mhm.
So
And it's a
and
long letter.
it's a
It's
long
not that long. I've written a lot
4
longer letters to my
pages.
friends. No, it's not. I did write a 4-page letter to someone the other day.
Recently, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so this is why Paul hate to miss it, but Richard starts or Paul
Mhm.
starts cardiac rehab that afternoon. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. Probably not a good idea to
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
gonna be very tiring.
pushing.
Yeah, I know all about the rehab. Yeah.
Right? Okay, so let's see. We have a couple more comments. Redon says, "Oh, when is your book coming out? I've been waiting for that." Oh, well,
Mm,
so we were going to save this for a couple of shows, but
yeah, I was thinking that that question would come up.
yeah, I'll take that one, Hannah.
Okay.
Is that okay, or do you want to
Yeah,
say
it's
something?
okay.
Okay, so we are well, and I don't know what you want to say as far as you fill in any blanks
I'll
you want to
add
fill in.
on to stuff and onto
Okay.
whatever you say.
Okay, sounds good. So, we decided to actually hold back on publishing her book so that we could get connected with a literary agent. So, her dad and I were going to publish her book, but we felt like it's something that is beyond our reach. And we wanted to make sure we honored Hannah's experience in the hospital and just just her experience from beginning to end, and also honor anyone, all the parents and grandparents and um, doctors and nurses, just everyone that this book will impact.
And the
We felt
patient.
like we needed to wait and
Mhm.
uh, find a literary agent who will take us through the process and get Hannah connected to the right publishing company.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why and so we don't know when her book's going to be ready. When you go through a traditional publishing company, it takes anywhere from, it could take 12 months or 24 months to get that rolling. And so, anything else you want to say?
Yes. Also, there's a bunch of reasons why but that is the main reason. It was putting me in the hospital since last October. No, oh my gosh, tomorrow is October 1st. Since
A year ago. Wow.
since a year ago, because of PTSD. I have PTSD. If you did not know, which is not surprising. I have medical PTSD, and when I write my stories, like talking about a story is different than writing one, because when I write a story, I go fully into it. I completely go back to that moment, back to those moments, back to the trauma. I basically make a fresh wound, but when I do this writing, it's like I don't feel the pain of the of the memory until after I fully go through it, which is a really good thing that's been working for me. So, yeah.
The way
But
her writing style is immersive. So
mhm. If you wanna
when you go ahead,
shameless plug, on my
shameless
YouTube
plug.
channel on my YouTube channel, Hannah Nicole Hines, my first, my first chapter is posted. I have read it, and it's posted. So, here is my Twitch, my YouTube, and the Patiently Speaking YouTube channel, which is just Patiently Speaking. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, let me see if I can find that.
QR code.
This, yes, this QR code right here in the upper, what is that? Would that be the right? In one of your corners, you can see that QR code. That is to the show on YouTube, which we're going to take this once we log off, and we'll put it up on our YouTube. So anyways, if you want to scan that, but if you're on your phone,
It's on the left.
okay. If you're on your phone, obviously you can't scan it, but just look up uh Patiently Speaking. If you want to go to YouTube, but really we're going to also be on here on Facebook
Mhm.
every Monday night. We're going to be here. So uh this is not just a tonight show. We're going to be doing this
Every month.
until, yeah, every Monday.
Mhm,
It'll be every Monday. So
mhm.
even if we're in Fiji on the beach, we'll just come on live and have the ocean in our background. Right?
Yeah.
And maybe it'll be a 30-minute show. Who knows? But hopefully
Also, also, Miss Lisa White, thank you for praying for me all this time, and um, you know, and how you found me through TGC. I miss choir a lot, but that was a very good organization that I got to be a part of.
here it is.
Oh,
I found out about Hannah through TGC and prayed for her all the time. I can't come Friday, but I wish I could. No, us too. And
sweet.
thank you. What's that?
That's sweet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm telling you, there were over 1 million people praying for Hannah.
It was insane. I got a letter from every single continent except for Antarctica. Imagine. Imagine. And I go through those letters all the time. Like, I had this one lady, she wrote me like almost every day. And she would like, not every day, but I have probably over 100 letters from her, just from her. So imagine. Yeah.
Well, maybe not 100.
Oh,
It feels like 100.
well, even up till now, because we still write back and forth.
Is she, oh, by the
Is
way,
she
that's what this background is.
Jamie? Oh yeah, this is
It's,
all the letters and stuff. That's also my book cover. Repurposed it. Um, and so that's like all letters and stuff that people have sent me that I tore up, but
she just,
it's
yeah,
mine
well,
stuff.
I think it's beautiful that she took the thing that carried her. Because wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can make yourself come off screen or not, but
Anyway, yeah.
okay. So okay.
Next.
Let's ask. Oh wait, I think I will. I'll ask you a question. My
And
screen.
also feel free to like talk about stuff with me.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay, sure. Okay, tell us what were the hardest nights for you emotionally, and then what helped you push through?
Okay. So the hardest nights for me emotionally and physically were the nights where I was intubated and I had the blood in my lungs. Well, to break that up, they would put like saline, like 3 vials of saline, like the syringes, in and just let it sit there for a moment. So it felt like I was drowning. And they would do it 3 times a day, morning, noon. Well, morning. Well, yeah, 10, like around like 8 o'clock, around 5 the next day, and then at 3 in the morning the same day. At 3 in the morning, wake me up, and they would not wake up my parents. They would not wake up my parents, and even though my parents wanted them to wake them up, they would not wake up my parents, and no matter how much I asked them to wake them up, and how can you really ask someone something if you can't talk? Cause so I couldn't voice my mind. I didn't have my parents with me to hold my hand. If I had a nice RT, well, most of them were very nice. If I had an RT that knew me, they would hold my hand because that is one of the few things people could do with touching me wise. So those were the hardest nights for me because I didn't have my parents, and I even still to this day have a fear of drowning because of those moments. But what helped me get through it
Hmm.
was, well, not only just this was just a very traumatic situation, was just the support and the love from all the people online. Like, I mean, so many people and people I don't even know about were praying for me, and I could feel their I could feel their love, and I don't know how to explain that other than I just did. Um, and my parents were my biggest and still are my biggest supporters, and I'm not just saying this to say this because my mom's right here. Um, Telling the truth, and I say this a lot. Um, um, I mean, my parents are the reason why I am still mentally sound, I guess. I don't know how to explain that. And as much as a success story as I am today, they are my number one
Oh,
supporters, and I love them.
yep.
Not just for that, but that kind of plays a role. That's joke, joke. Um,
Well,
and
thank you,
also,
Hannah.
mhm.
And Hannah, I just want you to know that you make it very easy for us
Oh,
to support
stop.
you. And yeah,
I'm a good
you're
kid.
absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Wonderful daughter. Wonderful daughter. You make my heart happy every day.
I try. I try. Um, but and also getting to and also the nurses and I haven't even said this. This was a big reason of why I am so like was able to get off through that stuff was child life. Oh my gosh, child life. That child life was my biggest like fallback. I don't know how to explain fallback, but it really wasn't that. It was that they gave me stuff to do and keep my mind off of what trauma I was going through that day. And so they would give me stuff to do and art therapy, music therapy. They would come visit me either twice a week or some if I was having a really bad day, they would call and be like, "Hey, you need to come down here. Someone wants to see you." Yeah. And they would come and visit me. And then also the dogs. I did get in trouble once because a dog was in my bed. But
I, I,
it
I
was
I think
worth it.
I think we
No,
got in
I didn't
trouble.
get in trouble.
You
I
didn't
didn't
get in
because I could do
trouble.
no wrong. I could do no
I,
wrong.
I think it was me and your dad and the nurses and the child life
Yeah.
and The dog owner, or what are they? Like,
Uh,
we all got in trouble.
yeah,
And
but that
Hannah, we were not showing any pictures, which I think we should. We can do
we
this
will
later.
take note for next week.
So what happened, and maybe that's what you can talk about, is why was that such a huge
It's
concern?
yeah.
Why did they
Well,
not want?
so the biggest concern. It was a big concern, and stuff happens, and you don't remember. I mean, not remember, and you don't think through some things, and that's okay. But well, the cannulas so you can see my scars right here. They're only sutured in and under the skin in the arteries. Well, if one of those come out, you have 30 seconds before you bleed out. 30 seconds at most. So,
Yeah, the nurses told me 60 seconds. So
okay,
yeah,
well, 60 seconds at most.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You bleed out in 60 seconds because the machine is pumping out her blood at the same time it's pumping it in. So if
yeah,
one comes out, the machine keeps pumping.
yeah.
So,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Although
um,
there are these really loud alarms that would go off, and
oh yeah,
I mean, there's a reason why everyone is in the room not nonstop.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Plus, I mean, the machine is a lot of work too. It's not just sit there and do nothing. It's sit there, watch numbers, you know, make sure everything's always even. You can't like it if there's a one little error, there could be a big problem. Anyway, but what was I? Oh, the dog. Yeah, but I had the time of my life. So,
You had the
but
time of your life with the dog? It was
in
like
the
the
bed,
best thing, is that what you're saying?
it
Yeah.
wasn't the best thing, but it was one
At
of
the
the
moment.
yeah. Because I had at the time I had two dogs and a cat. Hello, Mr. Greg. Um,
Oh,
at the time I had two dogs, and so I had a oh hi Dorothy, I miss you.
we're gonna see them tomorrow
Oh yeah.
for
Um,
lunch. That's nice. Sorry.
dogs. Um,
Dogs in the
but
bed. It was the best. It was the best.
oh, because I had a lab at the time, and she was really big, and I missed her and Coco, my dog, that's still with us. Um, a lot during those days. Looking through the pictures either put me in such a great mood or I hated everything. It was one or the other, and I never knew how I was gonna. I just to be frank, at one point I just was like, I don't want to see any more photos. Wasn't that true? Yeah,
Yeah.
it made me.
But then you would, then it would change. You would want to see photos because I don't know, you wanted to see photos of the house, and I don't know that I understood why.
I missed
Like,
home.
you missed home.
I
Yeah.
missed,
I knew you missed home, but I didn't. Yeah, that's
and
okay.
also
So Miss,
Chad Life had brought up uh do it like since I said I miss home so much, I don't remember what it really looks like because all the medicine was messing with me. She goes, "Oh, just take some pictures." Yeah.
yes, that's right.
Mhm.
And then that, oh,
And
I
then
forgot about that.
I did
That,
not.
and then, oh, I'm sure you didn't. So Miss Lisa has a question. So with ECMO, did you have to remain still or could you move around?
Okay. Good question. Actually, really good question.
That is a very
Uh,
good question.
and I okay. So, ooh, you really should have. Oh gosh, let me gather my words. Okay, so in the beginning, I did have to stay very still because I didn't know how I was going to react to, my cannulas, my the tube in my mouth, and just all the noise, like all the stuff. They didn't know how I was going to react. But around the first, for a while, I was completely still. They didn't want me moving. But then they started me with PT, and OT. And with PT, they would sit me up in bed. At first, I could only do like up to like not that wasn't even at first. That took a while to get up to 3 minutes. And I remember hating PT, hating it because I mean I was a ballerina. I danced for 10 years, and then I lost it. So it was very hard for me to see myself like that. Um, but then I kept working my I got keep I I kept getting stronger and stronger, and I eventually got so upset and I was so done with being stuck in that bed that I did this. I said, "Doctor, come here." I go, "Get me out of this bed now." And I was up in the next like 4 hours. And I got to
That
walk up and
that
down.
evening for sure.
What?
That evening for sure. But so she is saying all this like it was a simple thing, or
It
I think it
wasn't.
maybe sounds like it's a simple thing. But here's the thing: when Hannah came, like when they started waking her up, because they put her in a medically induced coma, then they started to wake her up, and when they did, she had lost all ability. Like hey, when you're watching TV and or movies or whatever, and they're like, they wake up from a medically
Like in
induced
The
coma and
Walking
then they can
Dead?
just walk. You're like, nope, doesn't work that way. Like the doctors explained it to me that it's like one day on ECMO is like an astronaut being in space. And they say for a day. And they say it takes them 1 week of rehabilitation for every day that they are in space
Yeah.
here, once they get back on Earth. So Hannah was on ECMO 109 days, but but then she was actually we were in the ICU for 6 months, and then that first year we were in the hospital for 10 months, and
Yeah.
out of 12 months.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we were in there. It was 8
Oh,
months, I
yeah.
think
Oh,
we were
yeah.
in the
I'm wrong.
hospital, and then we had to go back, and then we
Yeah.
had to go back again that December.
And then I
So,
like, relapsed.
mhm. But anyway, all that time she's in the bed, she has to, one that adds another week to her recovery.
Mhm.
So she had to learn how to write again, how to even talk. And imagine she's on ECMO and she can't talk because her lungs are collapsed. Both lungs were collapsed.
She got really good at reading lips.
I'm
That's
so
like
good at reading lips today that I read the lips of the
coaches on football.
yeah, coaches and
Calling
the
plays.
referees, remember they're talking back and forth. I'm like commentating what they're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 But
I'm really good at
so
it.
if you've been sick for a week and you can't get out of bed and you feel weak after that, I mean sick after I mean weak after that week. No, I was right. Um, it's like that, but worse. It's where you can't even lift your own arm. And when you are starting to lift your arm or be able to, you're like shaking like that because you don't have the muscles to keep still. It was very interesting. I'm 18. Yeah, had my birthday last February.
She's full on
I'm
adult
almost
over here.
19. In 4 months, I'll be 19.
My
Right?
gosh, you just said that out loud. Wait,
Yeah, I did.
so oh my gosh. Is it it is 4 months. Oh my gosh, Hannah. That's wild.
Yeah.
So, and Greg, I don't know. Me and Hannah, we're not worried about. You can ask us how old we are.
Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't bother us. I know that is the thing you're not supposed to ask or something. I never
I
understood
feel
that.
like that's
But
more for middle-aged women than younger.
well, aren't I middle aged? I don't mind.
Yes, but
I
girl,
I
some people are like,
I
never.
know.
And that might also be a southern thing.
I don't
Is
know.
that a
I don't
southern
know.
thing?
It might be. I have no idea. I can research it really quick and get back
Nope.
with you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so true, read on. She has come a very long way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh my gosh, are you serious, Redon? You're going to be 40 in less than 2 weeks? That is wild. And October 13th, that means you share Taylor Swift's birthday. Isn't her
No, it's
birthday on the
December 13th.
Which one?
December, Taylor Swift.
Oh, December. Oh,
Mhm.
oh, sorry. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, let's see. Greg says, I remember watching
Oh,
the
yeah.
video of Hannah getting her tube out. We're going to talk about that next week.
Next
So,
week.
well, maybe not taking it out. We'll
No,
save that
probably
next
not.
week. Yeah,
It
we're
was
going to
very
just.
anticlimactic. Sorry.
It was what?
It was very anticlimactic.
Oh yeah,
All I
you're
did
just
was
like.
take it out. I was like doing one of my trig changes. I was like, okay. Anyway.
So Hannah and I, when we were talking about doing the show, we were realizing she and I can talk probably 5 years just with all the
Nonstop.
experiences we've had, and yeah, like
Nonstop
we
for
have so
5
much
years.
to talk about.
And we
What?
probably like nonstop for 5 years,
Oh
and
yeah.
we still have stuff to talk about
Oh yeah.
because so much has happened. Genuinely. Like every single day. It's so
Yes.
much, and I can make content for the rest of my life just on the last 5 years. Anyway.
It's so true. So true. Hey,
Thank you.
Jerry's telling, no, she's telling Redon happy
Oh.
birthday early. Hello. Why didn't we think of that?
Oh my gosh! Happy early birthday!
Yeah, happy early birthday, Redon.
Yeah.
We,
Yes, I
Hannah
did.
pulled.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like doing because I would do my own trait changes because once a week you have to change
Well,
it out.
yeah, you could talk about it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like trach change Thursday. And every Thursday, you have to take out the trach and put in a clean one because it's a
It's
it's
a
a
it's plastic, medical grade plastic. Plastic attracts germs. I would get so many infections. Oh my gosh. And being immunocompromised on top of it.
yeah, it was a got to a point where, so with Hannah, a lot of the treatment that she would get would end up being a catch-22. So it would help her for a little while, and then it would start working against her. But what happened is, in those moments when it started working against her, the doctors would step in and stop doing whatever treatment it was. So we have a lot to talk about her trick.
Yeah, we do
that,
too. We definitely do.
that is like a whole year of Mondays to talk about.
Oh gosh. Because I had my trach for 3 years. And three and
Yes,
a
a
half.
little over 3 years, almost 3.5.
I
Yeah,
can't miss my trach anniversary date this year.
yeah, we can't. So Linda is saying it really is a great testimony of God's healing power, her strength and support she has received from her family. She has grown into a beautiful young lady. Aw, young
Thank
woman.
you.
Aw, aw, that's also sweet.
It is very sweet.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah.
Darn, that's making me tear up.
Well,
Well, yeah, when is your anniversary? He's asking.
oh, October 12th, 11th.
I believe it's the 23rd.
It's not because it was before Ren's birthday. I know that because I missed the party. Anyway.
So Redon is saying, where is Bruce tonight?
In the living room watching football.
Yeah. And he has an appointment to FaceTime the grandkids in Eugene
I
at
did
8.
not know this. I did not know this. What?
Well, but me and you have an appointment on Sunday to play games with them, Roblox.
I did not know this either. Let's go.
We're gonna do it every other week on Sundays now.
Oh, that's
We just
great.
finally they've been so busy, we just finally got it nailed
Yeah.
down. Yeah. So,
And now I can play it on my desktop.
oh,
Sorry.
yay. Okay. That sounds fun. Yes, games that will be fun. We're looking forward to it.
Yes, we
Yeah. And
love
Bruce will not be I mean, Bruce might be a special guest on this show, but
in a
this is
little bit. This is
yeah,
ours,
right.
though.
Yeah, this is our show, so he can stay
So,
in the living room and watch his football.
yeah, yeah. Girls only. No.
Yeah, girls
But we
only.
will have guests on
Yeah.
eventually. We don't know
Yes.
how many or when, but eventually.
Yep. I
Um,
have some already lined up. Hannah and I want to get at least 10 shows under our belt so that we can like flow well and figure out the things we like and what we don't like. And because when you're doing, especially when you're live, and we always want to keep this live because me and Hannah are just about keeping it real. So,
mhm.
right, sweetheart? Let's keep it
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
You say it in the Gen Z way. I'll say it in the
Being
like
honest,
what?
I don't know. Anyway,
Okay. Uh, Linda's laughing. Okay, just running through any comments here. Is there another comment that we missed, Hannah?
I don't think so. Anyway, um, I do believe we have a few more questions.
Okay, we do have a few more questions. Okay. Um, okay, so this is a three-part question. Some of it we've touched on, but you could probably answer this for a while. What role did faith, family, and music play during those 109 days?
Oh, my faith, I believe, is the reason why I'm still here and still, it was definitely something that I could believe in while that was going on, and obviously believe in it because I decided to believe in it. It was definitely a choice. It was hard, but it definitely made every day a little easier. And then my family, I have said about this, but they're my biggest supporters. Not only my close family, not only like my parents and my siblings, but also my extended family. They are very supportive of me, and very supportive. It's crazy, and they always say that how strong I am, and it is an ego boost, but it's true. So why is it an ego boost? I'm joking. Okay, and music definitely. It was mainly music and art. That because that's always I've been singing with my church since I was like 5. Not singing with my church, but singing and doing stuff like that since I was 5. And then I joined choir when I was 7, and I loved. Singing has always been my one of my favorite things to do. It feels so freeing. Which and also performing is my favorite thing to do, and yeah, it's like a little gift I can give people, but also it's also a gift for me because I'm doing it myself and it's fun. And then art, it definitely helped me. It still helps me build my motor skills. I went to a fine arts school from the age of 12 up until 18, and I did visual arts there up until 10th grade. I mean, from 10th grade to senior year, and I've always loved to paint and to draw, all that. And when I first enrolled, I thought I was going to do more singing and theater, but then I became disabled, so couldn't do that.
So, that segues us into Sherry's question. Were you able to graduate?
So I am almost graduated. I am getting my GED because they wanted me to do a whole extra year of schooling, and I said, "No, ma'am. No, ma'am." I did not want to do a whole extra year at a school. So right now I am doing studying. I have already taken one of the 4 tests, and I will be graduated soon.
Yeah. And she is looking forward to moving on to university.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, kind of.
She kind of.
Well,
You seem-
I am. I'm excited for the freedom, but
Oh, the independence, you
the
mean? The
independence.
independence.
Yeah, no, I'm very free at home. Just the independence.
So, and then Greg says,
I can be around other people. I am not as isolated as I was. I'm still immunocompromised, so if I go out in public, I try my best to wear a mask and not stay away from people, but use a lot of hand sanitizer and stuff. So,
yeah, so we was it last weekend? No, weekend before we went to Six Flags and we
mm,
were able to because we were outdoors, we could walk around without masks on. And we were fine. We just had to wash our hands and use hand sanitizer.
I always
Uh,
have some hand sanitizer on me at all times, other than if I'm at home. Then I don't.
oh,
And
so now someone, okay. This is a loaded question.
okay, that is a very, very loaded question. Right
Let me
now,
read it real quick. Hannah, have you decided what you want to study in university?
yes and no. So I want to study marketing and uh, so that I can market my own books. And then, so that would be my major, and then my minor would be in writing. And if I can't be an author like I want to be, then my backfall could be journalism. So, or marketing, doing marketing at some company. But I don't really want a desk job. Hate to say it. My dream is to not have a desk job, a 9 to 5, is what I'm saying. But I'm 18,
Yeah.
so I always
Yeah,
need
you're
to
18 and
fall back.
yeah. Yeah. Uh oh, Redon says she has a season pass. Yeah. We like to go during the
The
Christmas.
fall and the winter. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't really like the fall. I don't like this time. I mean, I like going because of the weather. I just don't like how Six Flags. I don't like all that.
The
But
scaries.
yeah, there are
It's
last.
it's the parents bringing the children to the scaries.
Yeah, there. I mean, should I say what?
No,
Don't say it. Okay.
no. And,
Okay.
also, do we have any other questions that we had planned?
I mean, yes, we do. But let me ask you this, Hannah. Let's hear a little song, Hannah, but only if you want to.
Okay. Well, I've been saying today, so I might want
Okay.
to.
Do you want me to let you come off camera for a few minutes or?
No,
Okay.
I'll just sing.
Okay, hold on, hold on. Let me I'm gonna come off.
Stay on.
Stay on.
I need
Okay.
your emotional support.
Okay, you got it.
Which one should I do? Rolling in the Deep
Oh.
or Love Story?
Oh, rolling in the deep, honey.
I'm only gonna do a little bit of it. If you want to hear more about it, you have to wait until till Friday, because then I'll also post it on my Facebook. Nervous. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your ship bare. See how I live with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and bringing me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. Okay, that's it. Like it.
I
And I'm
think
not one of them, so
yeah, but you know what? Your voice, it went so high that
peaked.
the audio, yeah, it peaked the audio. Yeah. So we didn't get to hear your full range, or a little bit of your range there, but that was nice. Oh,
Thanks.
wait. Oh, wait. Where is it? Where is it? Um, seriously. Uh, Here we
Oh, thank you. um, all right.
Okay. Uh, okay. Oh, let's see. Yeah, so good, Hannah. Aw. Michelle. I remember watching back when you weren't sure if you would be able to sing again. Beautiful
Oh,
voice,
thank you.
sis. Oh.
Thank you. And thank you for, watching me for that long.
Oh,
It
yeah, true.
does mean a lot. Trust me.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this. Ever consider auditioning on American Idol? Ooh, you should tell the story. But it's America's Got Talent, right? The
America's
one.
Got Talent. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I actually have auditioned for America's Got Talent.
Oh, I
Um,
should have done a drum roll.
mhm. I have auditioned for America's Got Talent, and they said and this was like 3 years ago, so I still had my trach. I was still very sick, and they said to audition again when I'm healthier. So in the future, maybe.
It's not off the table.
It's not. No.
It is not
Thank
off the
you.
table. No, you guys are sweet. Yes, Redon
I
says you can try
will.
again.
I probably will try again.
Ooh, that's news. We'll see.
Well,
If you try again, I'm your biggest fan and your biggest supporter.
I already
I
did that. Anyway,
Okay, so uh let's see. Last question. Was there a moment, like a turning point, when you knew you were going to fight until you got better?
no, I always felt it in me. I was not gonna give up because I'm very stubborn, and I was freshly 13. I mean, my birthday was in February, and I was admitted in March, and so I was a fresh 13-year-old, and I hadn't even gotten the opportunity to live yet. I mean, I didn't even have a driver's license because I was 13. So I just wasn't ready to, and I don't want to say give up because, and they did say they have said the moment you give up is whenever it's too late. Like the worst
Mhm.
thing a patient can do is give up because that usually means end of line. And I just knew in my gut that I didn't even contemplate that there was another option. It was just always going to live.
Yeah, and
There were hard
we
days.
never
It was different though.
we never talked with you about that they, while you're on ECMO, but
Mhm.
when they talked with me about it, I was very intentional. I would talk about your future all the time, and because I wanted you to think about not being in that bed. I wanted you to think about what was coming, focus on the future so that you wouldn't lose your will. I mean, I know you were determined, but I also know, Hannah, it was so hard for you. It was so hard.
Oh yeah.
It was, and it was like this every single day,
Yeah,
ups and downs.
yeah, and there was never a steady day, like, because everything was really hard. I mean, I was just talking to y'all about how hard PT was for me. I mean, I was
Mhm,
a very, very athletic kid, very athletic, and I lost it overnight,
mhm.
kind of.
Yeah, she danced. She started taking dance at 3. She was a ballerina, um, and she was in theater. She, at 5 years old, started taking art class where she would do clay sculptures, drawing, painting, all the visual arts, and um, theater. Did I say theater already?
Yeah,
She was in all the arts. She auditioned for a school here, a fine arts school. You have to
audition.
audition to get in, and it took her 2 years, but she finally got there, and only really got to experience half a year of it before.
Not even,
Yeah.
because I came in a week late and all that.
So, a question that is not on the list tonight. we,
Oh,
and it's no one else's thought of it.
oh,
We went into the hospital on March 17th. No one was wearing masks, nothing like that. How was it when you
oh,
first woke up?
oh my gosh! Do you know how much of a culture shock that was? Oh my gosh! I woke up, so I was, oh, people in hazmat suits. Yep, not joking, not
Seriously,
joking.
seriously.
Literally in the yellow or the white, yellow, whatever, hazmat suits.
Like,
And I was like, "What is going on?" Like, literally, and that's how it sounded. Like, if you've seen Monsters, Inc., the hazmat, you know, look, that's what it is. It was I was like, "What is going on?" I go, "Oh my god, there's something really, really wrong with me." I was right to an extent, and
oh, you thought it was you.
yes, I thought it was me. I thought I had like it's like some rare what is this thing?
Rare disease.
Well, I did, but I mean like in a way. I mean like the like diseases back then that aren't around anymore?
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean like deathly
Like a
contagious or something?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Like a virus
COVID.
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So when she
And then they had to explain to me what COVID was, and what the whole world was shut down. It wasn't just me. Um,
yeah, as a whole, yeah. I never knew that you thought it was you. This is the first time
I said
you've
this on
said that out loud.
no, I've
Oh,
maybe
maybe you have said it. I deal with PTSD too. Maybe you did say it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well,
And
you guys ready to well uh, let okay, yeah, the letter, and then let's see if there's any more questions in here. And once we answer you guys' questions, we'll move on to the letter, and yeah.
how
So
how long was
almost letter time.
how long
What,
was I
Hannah?
how long was I in a hospital bed? Oh,
Oh, with your faith, you didn't succumb to what was physical going on because you knew God would heal you.
yeah, to an extent. Um, yeah, that's a very complicated thing with me. But yeah,
Well, say
um,
wait. Do you want to say something about that, or do you want me to say something?
well, technically God has not healed me yet, but I am believing that it'll happen. Um,
Well, so here's the
but he did
thing.
give me strength.
What, honey?
But he did give me strength.
Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you something about ECMO and about faith and about God. So there is, yeah, thank you. Uh, her being on ECMO without having any side effects from it, there are 0.01% of people in the entire world that can say that. Hannah, yeah, she has no side effects from being on ECMO. And this ECMO is something where people will lose limbs. People, actually, most people, if they're on ECMO to save their life, not for any like heart surgeries or anything, but most people who've been on ECMO as a life-saving support, they don't come off. Well, they don't come off alive.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so for Hannah to even be here to be able to talk about it, that's a
It's
miracle.
miracle.
Yeah. And then for her to have no symptoms, no side effects, nothing. There's no evidence. The only thing is they had to tie off her artery right here. Yeah, her carotid. But
Yeah.
her body has regenerated veins and stuff
Yeah.
around it. But I tell you, for the autoimmune disease, she is being weaned right now off of the immunosuppressants.
Yeah.
And we'll know in March, they're going to, we think the expectation is that they take her off of all of it in March. And then I don't know, I guess we'll know this time next year if she's been healed or not. That's when we'll know. Now, does Hannah need healing still? Yes, because she only has one functioning lung. Her left lung, she just got the top 1/3, Hannah, that functions. And so she needs healing in her lungs. Her lungs need to be
Oh,
healed.
yeah. Yes.
And then, of course, she has PTSD. So,
And no, I'm not the only person who has walked on ECMO, but at the time it was very, very rare to walk on ECMO. Nowadays, a lot more people are walking. And I don't want to sound, but at my hospital, they started waking the people up on it, kids up on ECMO and walking them after my case.
sooner. Yeah, after Hannah's case.
So that says all I had to say.
Yeah. And actually, we're not proud about this, but Hannah broke the record of the longest kid on ECMO at her hospital. And then was it like a year and a half later, another girl broke your record?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was, I mean, sometime after, but she did break your record. They told us.
Which is
Okay, let me
very
see. You have proven you can do hard things, Hannah. That is an amazing testimony. Absolutely right. She's a good artist. Oh, how long were you in a hospital bed?
Gosh. Was I in a? Oh gosh.
Do you want to know for like the past 5 years?
Yeah.
Because
Do you want to know for the past
the,
5 years?
the
That's
past 5 years, it's been almost 3 whole years in a bed.
Yeah, for the
Something
past
like
5
that.
years. But
In the past 5 years.
for not being able to get out of bed at all, that was 5 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
out of bed.
out of bed.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I don't.
'Cause I'm counting all of ECMO that I was in the bed, because I didn't have the. If I didn't have the free ability to get out of bed on my own without help, I'm not counting that. So it was longer than that.
Mm-hmm. You weren't even able. You couldn't get yourself out of bed
Even when we got home, right?
after you got your trach. Until we went up to the 4th floor, to the rehab floor, or whatever the floor is. With everyone believing for her healing and restoration, she's a walking miracle. She really is.
Yeah.
She really is. Have you been in the hospital since July was her last?
Yeah, this July.
And no, she hasn't been in since the last visit. Well, that's because we figured out what was sending her back to the hospital this past. So from October to July, October 24 to July of 25, she was in the hospital every month, every single
It was
month. And
horrible.
it took us until July to figure out why. And we talked about that at the beginning of the show.
PTSD. And
Yes.
also
Right.
I have a lung infection that I can't get rid
Okay.
of until I get off of immune suppressants. So I've had that for 5 years. But that's a whole complicated thing. Anyway. Yep.
Okay.
So, are we ready?
I think we are. I
I'm
don't
ready.
see any more questions coming in. Hey guys, we're going to be here every Monday, so come back and ask us any more questions you have.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we can do here.
All right. So, I want y'all to look. So, this is the outside of the card. I did the little calligraphy. Okay. Okay. Dear nurses, when I was 13, I found myself connected to machines that kept me alive. Tubes, wires, and monitors surrounded me. But what I remember most clearly were the hands and faces of the nurses who never left my side. You weren't just giving medications or checking vitals. You were holding my hand when I was afraid, speaking life when I was weak, and reminding me that I wasn't just a patient. I was still me. For 109 days on ECMO and years on a ventilator, you showed up. You were the ones who braided my hair when it was thinning, held my hand when I had to shave it, celebrated every small accomplishment, and made me feel proud of my scars. Thank you for giving your strength when I had none. Thank you for seeing me and not just my diagnosis. Thank you for changing my life. With all my gratitude and love, Hannah Nicole Hines.
Very good, Hannah. Okay. Well, how about you tell everyone good night, and then I will share about our show next week.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We will be here on Monday at 7 p.m. next week.
Bye, Hannah.
Bye.
Okay. Well, tonight you've heard Hannah talk about ECMO, but next week we go deeper into a decision no child should ever have to make. At just 13 years old, Hannah had to agree to a tracheostomy. Surgeons cut a hole in her throat and placed a tube that kept her alive for 3.5 years. She couldn't breathe without it. She walked the halls of her high school with a trach in her neck and a nurse at her side, learning what it means to be a teenager who looks different in a world that stares. She'll tell you what it was like to sign off on that decision at 13, the fear, the strength it took to carry that scar, and why she now refuses to cover it up. This isn't just about medical equipment. It's about survival, identity, and courage written on her very skin. Join us next week on Patiently Speaking. And as always, subscribe, share, and bring someone with you who needs to hear this story of raw resilience. Good night, you guys. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week.